Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Divorce Coach Diaries. So, today I want to talk a little bit about something that comes up a lot in my sessions. And this is the instinct reaction that we have when somebody says something about us that we don't think is true. And usually for my clients, this is their partner, their ex-partner. And this person knows what to say to you to make you upset. And so today I want to talk about some of those things that you might have heard and how to instantly feel better. And the way that we're going to do that is we are going to let them partly be right about what they said. We're going to let them partly be right and partly be wrong. So let me give you an example. Maybe you've heard some version of, you aren't loyal. You abandoned me and abandoned our family. Does that sound familiar? It does for a lot of my clients. So when you hear that, immediately we want to say something back like, how dare you? I was so loyal for so long. I'm not abandoning anyone. If anything, I've abandoned myself for so many years. However, in what way are they right? And I also want to make sure that we know that what I am saying to you is for your sake only. I am not suggesting that you tell this other person that, oh, yeah, you are right. Yeah, gosh, I'm not loyal. Or I have abandoned everyone. You're right. I'm not suggesting that you say that to them. This is for you so that you can feel better. Okay, so let's say they say something like this to you that you're not loyal, you're abandoning everyone. In what way are they right? Maybe it could be argued that a loyal person stays in the relationship no matter what. Maybe that's what it means to be loyal. And if that's the definition, they're right. We're not loyal. We're choosing to leave this marriage. Maybe being loyal means if I say sorry, then you immediately forgive me and everything is forgotten. Again, if that's what it means to be loyal, then okay, we're not loyal. They can be right about that. So, this is what I mean. For your own sake, instead of just trying to fight against it immediately and think about all the reasons that they're wrong and try to defend ourselves and feel so misunderstood, what if in your own head you found a tiny little smidge of a way that they might be right? And we're going to let us be right. Them saying we aren't loyal, they're wrong. It could be argued that staying in a relationship that was not healthy for you for any period of time is a huge amount of loyalty. Have you abandoned your family and your children by breaking up a marriage? By deciding to get divorced? No. It could be argued that this is the very best thing for your kids and that they will feel more secure, more safe, more loved than ever before after you leaving this relationship. So, this is what I mean, allowing space for a small element of something that someone says to you to be true. So maybe you've heard something like, you're not patient, or you don't understand me. In what way are they right? They might be really right about that. We don't understand. We don't know what it's like to be them. We don't have their same lived experiences with their same brain. We don't have exactly what's going on for them inside of us. We can never all the way understand. In that way, they're right. And also, they're wrong. As humans, we are very, very, very good at mapping each other and figuring out what's going on for each other, especially when we are in a partnership for a long time. We understand a whole lot more about that person probably than they wish that we did. It doesn't mean that they're going to think that we're right about them, but both of these sides are true. We don't understand, and we absolutely do. For your sake, try on the idea that, you know what, he's right. I don't understand him. And we don't have to. If we understand us, then we can be confident moving forward in the decision that feels like the best and the healthiest one for us. And again, I'm not suggesting that we open up this big discussion where someone is trying to prove us right or prove us wrong or, tell us all the ways that we don't understand them. You don't have to do that. This is in your own head for your own sake. And partly we do this because there comes some relief when we let go of the resistance of this person is wrong about me all the time. They don't understand us. So if we can just let go of that a little bit and let them be right when it feels appropriate for your own sake, it will feel a little bit better. Maybe you've heard something like, the kids' lives will never recover from this. They'll never be the same. Okay? How are they right about that? They're right because the kids' lives will change. Divorce is a circumstance that changes everybody's lives. However, it doesn't have to mean that their lives and your life will not be incredible and beautiful. So they're partly right. They're partly right that the kids' lives will never be the same. But they might be wrong about what we make that statement mean. They're right. Their lives will never be the same, and that is going to be the most beautiful thing. And we can't even imagine how it's all going to work out perfectly and exactly in our favor. Did you know you get to believe that? And you don't have to have any evidence that that's true. You just get to believe it if you want to. Maybe he said to you, if you leave me, you'll never have enough money again. He's a little bit right in that a lot of times the finances do change and it's not the most favorable change, at least for a while. However, we can also let him be wrong about that. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. The kids are going to be fine. We will always have enough. I will figure it out and I will make sure of it. We're going to be okay. Now, I want to mention that there are times that someone will say something to you and it is 100% a lie. So I had a client once whose ex-partner told her that she was worthless, that she contributed nothing to the family, and that nobody would know a difference if he hired a nanny from the internet the next day to replace her. Now, my friends, there is absolutely nothing about any of those sentences that hold any truth at all. She was not worthless. She had an infinite amount of worth. He knew it, and so did I. She contributed so much to their family. Nobody could replace her, and her kids' lives would have been unrecognizable without her in them. Now, this was something that he said because of what was going on inside for him. Those types of statements that are just blatant lies and complete insane ridiculousness, those had nothing at all to do with her. And most likely, it was a projection of how he was feeling inside. So when we hear something like this, please do not misunderstand me and try to find the ways that people are right about you. If someone tells you that you are worthless, discard that immediately. It's just not true. We're going to let them be all the way wrong about that. Maybe you've heard something like, if you leave me, nobody will ever want to be with you again. Once again, this falls into the category of there is zero truth to this at all, and we don't even need to try to defend it or prove it wrong. It's crazy talk, it's a complete lie, and we don't have to spend even a few seconds entertaining the what if they're right. This is just simply not true. There is something that's going on inside of that other person that makes this statement less painful than another one. Again, most likely a projection. This person is in so much pain and they're worried that if you leave them, nobody will want to be with them. But it feels so much more powerful to turn it around on you. We don't have to take that on. And we don't have to try to prove them wrong or convince them that they're wrong or defend ourselves even. For our own sake and in our own head, we can let them say that and know this is not true at all. And we can feel sad for them that that feels like a reasonable thing to say to somebody else. Now, maybe you've heard some version of, you will never survive without me. Again, not true. Not true at all. We get to just say, no, thank you. I'm not going to take that on, and see it for what it is. The statement of someone who is filled with pain and fear. Because the reality is, my friend, you absolutely will survive. You will survive, you will thrive, and you will, if you choose to, create the most beautiful, peaceful life filled with love and more amazing things than you can even imagine. So, try this out. Let me know what you think. When it feels appropriate, find a way for your own sake to let people be partly right about you, partly right and partly wrong, and sometimes all the way wrong. My friends, I'd love to meet you. If you heard anything here today that you're not sure of or you want to know more about, come and book a free coaching call with me. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to help you. megthedivorcecoach.com/free coaching. Find me everywhere on social, and I will talk to you next week. Have a great weekend.